Welcome to Stage Door with Michael.
And Divina. Now, I'm Michael.
And I'm Divina, and we're going to be meeting lots of exciting and interesting people from all across the theatrical spectrum.
Yes, we are hanging out at stage doors, not in a creepy way, and to meet all of your favourite theatre stars.
Well, Michael's not in a creepy way, but maybe I am. And we're getting the news and gossip from what's happening in the theatre world and with them to try and get to know them and what's going on with them and what makes them tick.
Yes, now we are so excited for our next guest because we have an actress who blew everyone away at the Olivier Awards with her amazing performance. We literally messaged immediately saying, "Come on our podcast." It is the incredible Jenna Boyd.
Hello.
Honestly, I have not been moved so much by a performance so quickly through a screen. I always say, when you watch something on TV or something, it's always better in person and everything like that. I was like, this is insane. So sorry, a big fangirl over
All
here.
right, stop it. I hate it. Don't.
Well, darling, we are so excited to chat with you. And as Michael is saying, we're referring to your performance at the Oliviers as you are fresh off from playing the farmer's wife and Sister Philomena in the unlikely pilgrimage of Harold Fry at the Theatre Royal Haymarket in London's West End. So tell us all about it.
God, it seems like an age ago, and yet no time at all. I can't believe. Yeah, I can't believe that obviously the show is it's closed. He was only ever doing a limited run. What's quite weird after we did the Olivier, so many people were like, "I'm going to book tickets in 2 weeks," and I was like, "Yeah, amazing! Grace Prevails, the play that will be on in 2 weeks, is meant to be great, so you enjoy that because we won't be there." People were like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah," and they were like, "It was so sad it's closing." I was like, "No, we're not closing. We're ending. It's a limited run."
Yeah.
Which you'd had since January to book your tickets, but just saying. But no, it was such a beautiful piece, and I couldn't quite believe that it had worked out, that I'd got to be in it. So I feel very, very privileged, and I miss it because it was
Yeah.
beautiful.
What is the story of it for anybody who doesn't know?
To anyone who doesn't know, it's a story about grief, and how to live with it. And I think it's a kind of thing that just resonates with everyone. That was the thing about the piece, that everyone could resonate with something. There were so many different little stories and vignettes that worked through the piece that people could look at and go, "Oh yeah, I recognize that." And it's just about a man who is trying to live with grief, and he goes on this incredible and unlikely pilgrimage. Uh, I'm not giving anything away. You find this out in the first sort of, sort of 3 minutes of the show. That an old friend of his that he'd not seen in 20 years writes to him and says, "I'm in a hospice. I'm in end of life care. I just wanted to say thank you for being such a good friend all those years ago." And he writes back to her a letter that's not very good, and he goes to post it, and somehow he can't. So he decides he'll go to the next post box, and actually he'll go to the post office and do it in person. And he just keeps walking, and then he meets different people along the way, and he decides to walk to her from Devon, which is down here, to Berwick upon Tweed, which is up there. And he walks the length of the country to
Wow.
to try and save her. And the song that I ended up singing at the Olivier's, he sends a postcard to each place he gets to, and even though she really is at the end, every time I've got goosebumps. Every time she
Oh,
gets a postcard, it just keeps her spirit alive, and she does. She waits. She does. She holds on to life until he arrives there to see her. And you can't stop what is inevitable,
Mm.
unfortunately, certainly when you're at that stage. I lost my own mum to cancer. I actually can't believe I'm going to say it's 15 years ago. That is wild, because
Mm.
it feels like an eternity, and that. But
mm.
you can't stop it. But the idea that those postcards just gave her something to cling on to. And as the song says, she doesn't have anyone else in her life. So this just gave, and he does make it. He does make it to say goodbye. But it's
Ah.
beautiful.
And are there no plans at all for
I mean,
anything else?
if there are plans, I am so low on like the echelons of power to know anything. I would love, oh, I would love to think that there were, there was another life for this musical because it's always been well received. I missed it. I was away working when it was at Chichester. And it was, so brilliantly received there. Obviously, then it got its short stint at the Haymarket, and again, it was just so beautiful and so well received by everybody. I'd love to think that it had,
Yeah.
legs, as it
Well,
were,
we'll keep
long
everything
yeah.
crossed for that. Now, I
Like
mean,
Broadway. I don't know,
yeah,
just throwing it out
just
there.
that, yeah.
Just
We'll all go to New
casual,
York, shall we?
casual.
Now, obviously, looking at your CV, I'm actually going to have to read this out because there is so much. I mean, Les Mis, Sound of Music,
Oh,
Oliver, My Fair Lady, Come From Away. Like, honestly, I've got a whole list here that I'm just going to stop there. But take us right back to the beginning then for what life was like for you growing up and how you realized that performing was going to be your thing.
this is really boring for you because unfortunately, I was just born this way. Like, I
The
just
talent was there.
I mean, I don't know about the talent, but certainly the passion and the want, and I was just born like this. There was never anything I was ever going to do other than this, ever. Um, if my mother was alive, she'd be butting in here to tell them about Annie. Tell them about Annie. So, I I apparently in what 1984 or 3 or something like that. I was born in 79, but Annie came out around that time, and I ran up a £14 bill in the early 80s from the Blockbuster video store or whatever video store it was on that the VHS of Annie. And that was the end, unfortunately. The beginning of the end. My whole family hate that film because I ruined it for them. This is what I do. I torture us. I like it used to give them like kind of weird like twitches, not that film, because I would watch it and rewind it. And when I did The Sound of Music, I didn't even know this until someone told me on that job. Arlene Phillips was our choreographer. And they said, oh, she was the choreographer of Annie. And I was like, what? And I had to say to her, this is the reason that I do this, because I didn't know of theatre. I knew, movie musicals. What do you know? I'm from a small town in the north. We did when I was a little girl. It was film musicals. I didn't know of theatre and stuff. But yeah, it was. I was born this way, and then it was Annie, and then the rest. I did Amdram. Yay, Amdram. Until I was 18 and went to drama school, and it was just always going to be that way.
I
And
love that.
a friend of mine said recently, did a big sigh and went, problem is, darling, we're lifers. I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's exactly. I have friends who bravely and courageously decided not to base their entire livelihood on a small, tiny muscle the size of your thumbnail that you can't see, where your entire, person is tied to it, and they've moved on to braver pastures. And he and I are like, nope, that's not how it's going to be for us.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that is true. That is true.
what idiots do that?
There's 3 of us sat here.
Idiots. Idiots.
So you just said that you're from the north. Where in the north are you from?
A small
And
town called Southport in
lovely
Merseyside.
Southport. I know
Oh,
Southport a
do you
little
know
bit.
Southport? Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Born
been
and raised in Southport.
I had rehearsals in a church in Southport of a
Which
weekend.
church?
Just as you come into the town, you would turn. There's a roundabout. You'd go across the roundabout, and then you turn left.
Oh, that
Really
church!
helpful.
The church to the left of the
The
roundabout.
only reason I ask is because obviously doing Amdram, we always rehearsed in churches.
Yeah.
So, I always think, well, if it's not been pulled down now, I mean, I don't know. St Mary's is where I used to do song. Shout out to song, Southport Operatic New Generation. And we used to rehearse in this place called St Mary's, and it must have been condemned. God damn it! It was crumbling, 30 odd years ago. So and the rest, Boyd, yeah, some 35 years ago. So yeah, I just wondered if it was saying, what were you rehearsing for?
A show called The Ruby Slippers, which
Mm.
was about a gay bar. It was a lot of fun.
Amazing
So
that you're rehearsing in Southport, though.
yeah, there's a pair of writers who are based up there, and they were working together with, what's Bill's name? Bill. Anyway, a producer up there who does lots of stuff around Liverpool and Merseyside.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So if you were the tourist board for Southport, what are the things that I should go and do with my time there?
Okay, if it's still there, there used to be this little train that my grandma took me on that ran from like the fair. You should also go to the fair. That ran from the fair about, I don't know, half a mile to the other side of Southport. You got off, you got a cone of chips, you got back on and went back. But if it's still there, it was so nice. But it's changed so much. But the fun fair, go to the fair. Oh no, if you want to just like, you can go to Hesketh Park and the Botanic Gardens. That's quite nice.
Oh,
But you'll need. I wouldn't be wearing your heels, babe.
No.
Do you know what I mean? You're going to need a strong pair of walking boots. But it's just a sleepy little town. I mean, I think it would be remiss of me not to say, obviously, struck with tragedy a couple of years ago when those girls had lost their lives in the atrocity that happened. But we're doing a concert for it. In November, actually. I'm going back, and my friend Sally Banks, who's an actress, she's from Southport, she's organised with the families and their charities a concert, to sort of support the charities now. So what a beautiful thing. And I'd love to tell you who was going to do it. I know that the people from the West End are going to do it. Myself and Danny Crossley, Danny Crossley, he's from Southport as well. You see, when you come from Southport, I don't know if you can put this on here, but you had two choices. You do Amtram, we do drugs. You choose. That's basically your options. Amtram or drugs.
Sounds like a lot of towns in the north.
Yeah. These are your
Amtram
options.
was cheaper, was it? Is that...
Well, yeah, it's just more accessible to me. Do you know what I mean? It was just more accessible.
£2 a session.
Yeah.
£2 a bag.
Yeah, there's a load of us. Di Pilkington, she's not from Southport, but she did the same Amdram groups that I did. Honestly, there's not much else to do.
Yeah, that's great.
Taking a little turn back to the career, you've also been in big movies, namely the Les Mis movie, the Wicked movie.
I mean, it
What
looks
was it like
very
to do
good on a.
those?
It looks very good
Like-
on a CV, right? But let's do the reality.
Well,
No,
actually,
listen.
what was it like then? Like you say, there is a reality to that. How does it compare to thinking I've been cast in a big film like that? And which one would you say was your favourite?
Les Mis, hands
Oh,
down.
really?
It's one of the highlights of my career because, as I said before, when I was a child, I knew movie musicals, and that is what I thought I was going to do. I'm going to be, in movie musicals all the time. That's what there is, and of course, that's not entirely accurate as to the, the world of an actress. Certainly not a musical theatre actress. So when I got that, it was literally like my childhood dream coming true. Literally, I couldn't believe it, and to do it, it's really hard to explain it. It's real. It's real. You are in the three-dimensional world of it. The camera is moving amongst you. So there's none of that, stagecraft that you have to play out, which just, no matter how in the moment you are aware that you're sharing this story. You can't be selfish about it. You have to share it. People have paid money. But when you do it on a set, you can be as selfish as you would like to be, and you make it real in that moment. So for me, it was absolutely everything. I was like, this is brilliant. The Wicked one is a slightly different story. Now, only because if you've seen it, you'll see that you don't see me. You only see. My friend went to see it, and he was like, so darling, the wolf doctor, you have 3 great shots, which obviously it's some CGI cartoon, and all 3 of them you're looking up Elphaba's mum's vagina. I was like, yes! My friend Kirk Jameson, who's also from Southport.
Oh, yes, I know Kirky.
Do you know
We've had
Kirk?
Kirk on.
Have you? Oh my God, he's one of my dearest and best friends. But that was his, 3 great shots looking up Elphaba's mum's vagina. I was like, well, if that's not the height, I don't know. And also, it's a weird thing because I auditioned for Dulcie Bear, which obviously I didn't get that, lost out to Sharon D. Clark. And believe me, there are worse people to lose jobs to. I'm like, geez, please, Miss Clark. And then they said, will you come in and do like a test for these other characters? I was like, of course. I went to this very bougie recording studio in Soho. I was like, oh yes, that's right. That's right. She's here. Mostly I went to the toilet and took pictures because they were really bougie. They were really bougie. I went in, I met the lovely director, was on Zoom. It was really nice. I did, this scene. I sang the Dulcie Bear stuff. I sang all the parts, including the wolf bit. I then did another scene, which the Dr. Dillerman song slightly later on, as well, which is that lovely scene where they're all the animals are together going, oh my God, bad things are happening. And that was the end of it. And then that's what they used. I didn't go in and re-record. They just used that. So when it came out and my phone was going ding, ding, ding on Saturday morning because they released the album, I didn't know what to do because I was like, I'm not in that song. Oh God, they've made a terrible mistake. Because when they said the wolf doctor, I thought they meant it was one of those animals in the Dr. Dillerman song. Literally calling my agent, oh my God, this is so humiliating. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm not in that. It's going to be so embarrassing when they have to retract it. And she was like, you need to calm down. Let me go and look. So she did come back. She was like, no, it's this bit. I was like, oh yeah, it's fine. Sorry to have disturbed you at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. My bad. So sorry. As you were. I'm fine. But yeah, I mean, to see your name like scan across on Apple Music with like Ariana Grande, Jenna Boyd, I was like, oh, that's weird, but brilliant.
Cool.
Very cool. When I went to the cinema, I was like, selfie with the screen. I won't lie to you.
Of course. That's the rite of passage, isn't it?
It was a real thing. Like it's such a privilege to have sort of just have your name sort of in that, because for us that first one especially I thought it was exceptional.
Yeah, it's wonderful. They're wonderful films.
Yeah.
We're going to play a little game now, Jenna.
Oh no.
Yes. I am TikTok. Do you want to play a game?
Yeah. Yes.
So
as long as I don't get shot in it if I turn around too soon.
That's fine. It's just your future career resting on this. If
oh, sweaty.
So all you have to do is give us as many musical theatre song titles as you can in 30 seconds. So
I'm about to fail. I'm perimenopausal. You can't do this to me. I can barely remember my name sometimes. Okay.
I also struggle to remember my name.
You can just do every song in Annie. That's fine. You can just every song in Wicked, every song in Les Mis. You've got this. That's 30 songs.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Ready, steady, go.
It's a hard knock life. The sun will come out tomorrow. At the end of the day, I dreamed a dream on my own. Stars, empty chairs at empty tables, master of the house. Everyone, you gotta die sometime. Funny. Last night of the world. Keep on walking, Mr. Fry. The song of the countryside. Any dream will do. Any dream will do. Joseph and his amazing Technicolor dream coat. Oh,
15.
As if I went to
very good.
Joseph.
We'll take that every day of the week. 15. We normally
really
say over
good.
10 is good.
Oh!
No one's quite hit 20 on this. We used to do it with show titles.
Yeah.
And I think Joel Montague got 24 or something.
Yeah. Joel and Oscar did particularly well.
Oscar, Colin Murray, he was also up there. Well, well done.
I need to know, not like I'm competitive.
I think we should do it. I think we've not actually released a leaderboard.
I think we need to. I'm not competitive or anything. I'm just saying.
I'll send you it. So obviously you've done so much, and you've mentioned a few sort of pinch me moments that we've already discussed. Do you remember your very first pinch me moment that was like, I've made it? Like, I've always wanted to do this ever since I saw Annie, and kept that video VHS and got charged for the late return fee. And
My poor parents.
What was the first pinch me?
that I can remember is doing Act One finale of Les Mis. When I finally got Les Mis, I auditioned for it like I think it was I got it on the fifth go, the fifth like year of auditioning for it. When my friend Viv Kerr finally left and I could do the track that, she was doing. Like, get out, Viv, get another job, Viv. And doing that, the finale of Les Mis was probably the first one. Um, and doing Come From Away at the Olivier's would have been. I was like, oh, I'm quitting musical theatre and I'm going to become a rock star. 'Cause it's clearly what I'm made for. Yeah, that would be another one. That's such a highlight. In
Oh,
fact,
good.
most of Come From Away is a highlight. That was just the dream job.
And you've done so many different jobs and you've sung so many incredible songs. Is there a song out of all of those that is a favorite? Or is there something that every time you get to it, you're like Celine Dion and you go, not this, please God, not this.
Um, well, I have to say, Keep On Walking, Mr. Fry, and I know it's only recent, probably would be up there with one of the favorite things I've ever sung. I mean, what an absolute rocket of a song. And I couldn't quite believe it because when I auditioned for it, the tracks as they were in Chichester were different to how they ended up in London. They'd moved parts around. So when I auditioned for it, the farmer's wife was paired with, which is, what I thought I was sort of up for, was paired with a different character. And when I auditioned as well for Sister Philomena, I was like, you get in this position, don't you, with an actor when they start asking you to, could you read this part? Could you read? And they're like, great, they don't know what to do with me. And
Yeah.
it happens so often that you can tell that they really like you and they're like the work that you're bringing, but they can't place you. So
Yeah.
you end up weirdly losing out because you're not quite it.
Yeah.
And on my very last audition, the producer Nick said to me, thank you so much for coming back in. Sorry that it's taking so long, but it's just the jigsaw.
Yeah,
And
the
I was like,
jigsaw.
I haven't got it. And really didn't think I haven't. So when it came back and that they changed it around and I was playing the farmer's wife and Sister Philomena, I couldn't quite believe it. But that song, I was like, as if I get to sing this on the stage in the West End every day for only 11 weeks because it was limited run. And then when they asked me to do it at the Olivier's, I was literally like, are you drunk? Are you drunk? So that is the song. The one that gives me absolute like twitchy eye trigger is Our Kind of Love from Beautiful Game, which was my first job and I was understudy to, drumroll please, Hannah Waddingham.
Oh,
Ooh.
crikey.
Yeah, so now I identify now as a tall person. I don't accept anything else. I just identify as that. But I'm not that tall. I mean, she's just exceptional woman. But they fired me.
Oh,
I mean, that's slightly dramatic. They demoted me, but
oh,
firing sounds so much better. They fired me from first cover to second cover because I simply couldn't sing it. I was too young. My voice was not developed. It didn't have the strength or the stamina. The key was not, it ended up being in a slightly different key, which didn't sit. It sat right on my break. So
yeah.
that song, I go, "Ugh." When I hear it, it was just traumatic. Every time I had to go on, it was a bin. It was a bin. And I knew it. I knew I was terrible.
Oh, bless
So
you.
yeah, that for me is such a trigger. Hurricane of no, no. So yeah, that's the one that causes me.
Oh gosh. Well, you mentioned that you sort of had not an easy run of it, but because you knew what you wanted to do, you could do your am jam and go to drama
Yeah.
school. If there was someone out there listening that's sort of thinking, I'm not sure whether this is the career for me because it's very risky and but I think it's what I want to do. What advice could you give somebody?
Honestly, if someone doesn't think it's for them, it's not for them. It's too hard. Listen, don't get me wrong. I would do nothing else, but I hate this job. This job is awful. What a ridiculous thing. It's like I said before, who bases their entire life on something this small that you can't see? If there is something else you can do, do it. Enjoy your life. Have a holiday. Buy a house. You get 2 holidays a year. Like my sister goes away. My sisters who've made much better life choices than I. One's in Disney World right now with her kids. I mean, come on. Surely that sounds better. Surely it does. If there's nothing else that you can possibly think of doing with your life, then I'm really sorry to tell you, but this is probably what you're going to end up doing. If there is something else, do it.
Yeah.
I just feel I have such passion for it. It's in when I have my down moments and I'm crying to my husband, going, I'm going to retrain. I'm going to be a mortgage broker, which is something I said during lockdown. And I also did a course as a tiler. I went and did a course. I'm going to retrain as a tiler. He was like, shut up, you're an actor. Stop. I know. Awful. But yeah, nothing else sticks. I have lots of lofty plans to do lots of other things, but at the end of the day, I'm an actor, and that's the end of it. So
if you know, you know. That's
it's true. If you know, you know. If there's nothing else, if you wake up in the morning and that is who you are as a person, I'm really sorry. But if there's something else you can do, do it. So many people are so much happier than most of the
that's so
actors I know.
interesting. I don't think we've ever had that advice before, so thank you for being open with that.
Yeah, that's the honest thing. It is.
Yeah.
But I feel sorry.
Good advice.
Yeah, it's hard. Listen, the hard bits, the job's the easy bit.
Yeah, I'm just looking onto a tiling course right now.
Yeah,
exactly. Me and like 5 burly men. I was like, I've got this. It's fine. I can do my tiling. I don't know if you can see in the background. I've got that fireplace there. I tiled that with yeah, that's right. I did that.
Well done.
Yeah, probably didn't save myself any money because the tiling course cost me £1,000, but nevertheless, here we are. I did that, grouting it with my hands because the grout's hideous. Yeah, just do something else. But if it's what you want to do it with every part of you. Just give it a go.
Yeah. Thank you. Right, Divina, let's have another game.
Yeah, let's have another game.
That's quite good at the last one. I've got a bit cocky one.
So this one's really easy. All you have to do is finish off the line. So I'll sing a little something and then you just have to finish it.
Right,
and if you can sing it up the octave, that would be great.
Okay.
Master of the house, is it worth me spit?
Comforter, philosopher, and lifelong shit.
Davina, we were being so PC. Oh, Jenna, you've been absolutely amazing. Please tell everybody listening where they can find you on social media and let everyone know what you're up to, where they can find you moving forward.
I mean, I'm not good with social media, but I think it's, and I mean this, I think it's Jenna Boyd UK on Instagram. I think that's my handle, only because there's an American actress called Jenna Boyd who I had hoped would, grow up and go and do something else. She's a child star. And, idiot. She didn't become a lawyer or work for the Peace Corps or whatever it is that they do. So yes, Jenna Boyd UK on Instagram. I mean, currently I'm having Lazy Girl Summer and I'm really, really enjoying it. So no plans for you to find me anywhere currently.
But we do have a concert in Southport.
Oh, I do have a concert, but that's sold out in minutes.
Oh.
It's sold out. The tickets were, they went like that, which is incredible because it's such a good cause. But I do try and be good and put things on social media when I'm doing them. I do have to get better at it. But I'm a bit of filming stuff at the end of the year, which will be out hopefully sooner rather than later. And, we'll see. Just watch this space.
Watch this space, indeed. Thank you so much, Jenna, for joining us at Stage Door.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It was beautiful.
See you soon.
Also, Davina, you must know this. You look a bit like Hannah Waddingham.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, you do.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I can. I'm looking. I was like, oh my gosh, look, Hannah, right there. Anyway, I don't know.
She's even taller than me in drag, though.
I mean,
When
she
she
is
hosted the Olivier's the
exceptional.
first time, I was stood next to her in my heels, and she was still taller than me. I was like, you are an absolute incredible woman.
She's a
And
goddess. She's
I
like, da,
stood
da, da,
there.
da, da, da. She's a
She went
goddess.
she went slightly viral as well for shouting at a photographer for being rude to her. And I
I know.
watched it. I was there watching it happen. I was
Yeah, he
like,
said something.
yes,
He was like, "Get your legs out" or something, and she
yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
shot him down. And we
Did.
were all like, "Go on,
It was
girl!"
brilliant. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was. And don't put this on there, but NPC, if I had legs like her, I'd probably just be in a
Yeah,
bikini all the time,
yeah.
and like a muff if my hands got cold. That would just be me. Hi, look at me. This is my body. Hi, and then cold hands. I don't think you can put that on there.
We won't. We'll stop it before. Don't you worry. This is the trailer, Jenna.
Jenna in a bikini and a muff.
Oh, well, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so
And
much
you too.
again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you
No
so much
worries.
for giving us your time, darling. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.